Hi, everyone. C.R. Barkley, Senior Admissions Counselor for the Ohio State University here at Newark campus. I'm hoping that you are enjoying our series on student financial aid and some of the most frequently asked questions. This is just a reminder that I'm playing the role of concerned parent, trying to get everything right, and my friend and colleague Nancy Shepard is playing the financial aid professional, guiding me through the steps. Hi, Nancy. It's me, the overwhelmed parent again. Um, I want you to know I completed the FAFSA and I submitted the form by the preferred processing deadline. Um, but now I have found out that my child has been selected for verification. Um, I have no idea what verification is and what should I do in order to best help my child.
Sure. So being selected for verification isn't a bad thing. It's just that it's a process or a federally mandated program, really, that the school has to make sure that everything is correct on your student's FAFSA. We don't want to over award aid, and we don't want to under award aid if there was a mistake on the FAFSA. So we're just making sure that everything is correct. Your student will be notified via their OSU email if they are selected for verification, and there will be links for different forms that are needed on their financial aid to-do list. So you want to make sure that your student is checking their email regularly and
Okay.
checking their financial aid to-do list. And you want to make sure that if they are selected for verification, that they turn in the verification documents by the deadline. If you don't meet the deadline, or if you don't turn the documents in at all, your student could lose out on some of their financial aid eligibility because some of the aid is awarded until the funds are exhausted. So you want to make sure that you're submitting the documents as quickly and early as possible. If the school, when we review the information, if we determine that there is a mistake on the FAFSA, we'll go ahead and make the correction. Or if you know that you've made a mistake, you can go back and make the correction on the FAFSA yourself. You can go back out, log into the student's FAFSA, select the Make FAFSA Corrections link, and update the information accordingly. Just make sure that if you do submit a correction yourself, that you resubmit the FAFSA. Sometimes people will make the correction but not resubmit it. So if it's not resubmitted, we won't pull it in. So you can do that yourself or let the school do the update itself. Now, it is important to remember that if your student is packaged with financial aid and then they are selected for verification, you still need to turn in the verification documents as quickly as possible because their financial aid won't be official and it won't be applied toward their tuition and fees balance until the verification process is completed. So you want to make sure that you submit that as quickly as possible. If you are selected for verification, I would say normally you would want to allow at least 2 to 4 weeks for processing of the information.
Okay.
But as we get closer to the start of the semester, that could go to 4 to 6 weeks or even 6 to 8 weeks for processing. So again, meeting the deadline, getting it in as early as you can, really helps to have the aid in place in time for fees and tuitions to be paid.
Okay. Well, okay. That was a great tips. Thank you so
You're
much. And again, you've eased my mind. I'm feeling a lot better. So, Nancy, thank you, thank you, thank you. And hopefully, this will be the last time that I will be bugging you about financial aid questions.
no worry. That's why we're here. So anytime you have questions, feel free to reach out.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.